Hey guys, so we're going to be doing amp and sub install today in a 2003 CTS. I thought I'd show you guys this car because it's a little bit more involved in the process of doing an amp and sub install as far as vehicle disassembly goes. So we got the M500 here from Alpine and the MTX Thunders. The nice thing about the Thunder series is in this setup is it's already at a 2 ohm load, so I can extract maximum power out of the M500 without, and do it safely. So you see I already have my fuse here using the Stinger HPM series wiring. The nice thing about this wiring is it's already pre-loomed and it's cut, or the lume's already cut, so you know where to cut for your fuse and everything. And then just place it here nice and secure, run along the factory wiring, and then through the firewall. Always run your power wire through the firewall. So over here you can see I've already started running it. Disassemble as much of the vehicle as you can. That makes your job a lot easier. So we're using the stock deck still. We're using a RECU in order to get the signal. So I have it tucked up here. And then here's my ignition wiring where I'm going to grab power and everything. Here's your RCAs. So I have accessory and constant for the RECU all fused up. So that way you're nice and safe. And then again, I want to run down the left side. Now preferably you always want to run your RCAs on the opposite side of the power. In a sub install you don't have to. It's not that sensitive, but the way that this vehicle is laid out, it's just going to be easier for me to do it this way. If you're running a 4-channel, you definitely want to run the RCAs on the opposite side from the power wire so you don't get any engine noise. Okay, so I'm in the process of running the wiring to the back of the vehicle now, so I'm trying to find a good ground. Now, with today's newer vehicles, you might have less spot welds, or they might be putting them together with adhesives now, so you just want to double check your grounds. The way to do that is you want to take a long piece of spare wire and use your multimeter and check for the impedance of that. So here I'm using my power probe because it has an alligator clip which is directly hooked up to ground, which is what I need. So just to test and show you, got 0.4 of an ohm, very low resistance. So I'm going to try to find somewhere else on the body here, which is relatively low in resistance. So let's check this piece of bare metal here. 6.4. So that's fair, that's very acceptable. Very low resistance. A maximum I would go is maybe 20 ohms. After that, you don't have a really good ground, so you want to look for a ground somewhere else. So while you have all the gear outside the vehicle, might as well take the time now to secure your speaker wiring onto the box as well as the amplifier. Leave your covers off on the Alpine because you still have to tune the thing anyways, and hook up all your other wires inside the vehicle. So we're at the ending stages of the install. Got all my wiring back here, so here's my ground. Here is my power wire, my RCAs, and my remote turn-on wire. And then up here you can see I hooked up to the factory subwoofer and just soldered on and loomed it so it just looks nice and factory. This way I can get a nice only low tones for the signal, and then I have proper subwoofer control off the factory deck, even on the aftermarket stuff. And we just finalized the last connection. So for the positive terminal, I know some people will take the connector and just wedge it behind on the original nut that looks like this, or sorry, bolt. You can just get an aftermarket GM side post adapter from any of your local install shops, and that will give you a double bolt basically. So this one goes in the original one into the battery, then you have another one for the connector. A lot easier to hook up, and you have definitely a much more secure connection. A lot of these pieces though are made of 100% copper, so be careful when you guys are fastening this down, because if you over tighten it, it will strip compared to the original one. And once you're all done, you can enjoy more bass, giving you about 30% more sound than you didn't have.
Get at me for beats. reach, yo.